Now then, welcome back. It's currently Saturday morning. I'm with a customer in York. This job I was supposed to do Thursday, however the vehicle wasn't available Thursday, so I thought it's no bother, we can do it Saturday. Maybe it's available Saturday, which it is available today, so the job's a good one. So Wednesday did that job at Wolverhampton, Oxford Wolverhampton, and then Thursday I was in workshop, yesterday I was in workshop Friday, and then I'm here this morning. It's currently 7:25. Got here at 7:15, left home at 6:15 this morning. Now, anybody will tell you who's involved with this job, transport, whatever, trucks aren't always available. They cost a lot of money and they have to go out and earn a living. So we have to work around the trucks, the operators, the workload, whatever they're doing, which is part and parcel of the job. It's not a 9 to 5 job, it's just one of them jobs where if a truck breaks down at 7 o'clock at night, you'll go out to a truck at 7 o'clock at night, providing you want to, or providing that's what you do. You could always work in a main agents where you go on shifts, start at 6 till 2 or 2 till 10, or start at 8 in the morning till 5 at night, whatever you want to do. For me, that don't work for me. That's not something I could do. Lads in our workshop, some of them start at 7 in the morning, finish at 5:30 at night, Monday to Thursday, and then they work 8 till 12 on a Friday, 44 hours a week. They're happy at that. That's what they want to do. Their family life fits into that, all the rest of it. Not something I've ever done. Don't get me wrong, I have in the past, but now it's not for me. That I'd rather be flexible with my hours, start when I need to start, finish when I need to finish. But that's just basically me and how I like to do the job. Don't work for some people, it works for me. So, but for that to happen, you've got to have a good home life, which luckily I do. I've got a partner, she's very, very understanding. In fact, she's fantastic. She basically knows I go to work when I go to work and I come home when I come home. She's very supportive, and you know, some days I can leave the house at 4 o'clock in the morning and get home at 7 at night. Very understanding that way. Or I can leave the house at 7 o'clock in the morning and get home at 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. So she's very understanding with that, which is what you need. If you're doing a job like this where you're starting at whatever time, you're finishing at whatever time, you've no set routine, you need to have a good home life, you need to have a good partner with you. And it's pretty much the same for these lads who are driving the trucks. They've got to have good support at home as well. So yeah, so basically this truck's got a condensation in air system fault, and it's also for an air service as well. So we'll get on and do that. Now it shouldn't be too bad. I'm hoping to be on 2-3 o'clock this afternoon, which ain't so bad. I left home, like I say, 6:15 this morning, got here at 7:15. Saturday morning on the motorway is fantastic. Nobody on it, you're flying, which is brilliant. So that's good. Now it is what it is. So anyway, right, we'll crack on and see when I get my overalls on. Yeah, so basically, quick description of my experience, what I've done over the years. Left school, did apprenticeship as a HGV mechanic, then worked for a couple of different haulage companies doing this job. Then I went working for a company, John Deere actually. I worked there that long, 6 maybe 8 months. Job was fantastic, loved the job. On agri, got some really good interesting work. Now the problem with that job was it was 8 o'clock start, 5 or half 5 finish, something like that, Monday to Friday. No weekends, no nothing, no overtime. Just got bored, literally got bored. Just did workshop every day, which I didn't mind doing, but I got bored with that. Then I went working for another company who I'll not mention as a plant fitter for them, working on excavators, cranes, that sort of thing. Really enjoyed it, really enjoyed that job. Then an opportunity came up within that company for transport manager, so I thought, let's go for it. Got the job, went to do my transport manager CPC, and I was office based for 7 years as a transport manager. Now, anybody out there who's a transport manager or has done the job will know that job is a good job, well paid, very stressful, very, very stressful, or it can be very stressful. And after 7 years, I thought, you know, it's not for me, this. So I'll give it a good stab at 7 years. I thought it's not for me, this. So I left there. Fantastic company, family-run company. Can't say enough about them. Absolutely fantastic they were. Mutual agreement, I left, and then I come where I am now at CP Davidson's, or CPD, or whatever you want to call it. Back on spanners. Now, that's my own personal preference. That it's what I wanted to do. Maybe it's a step backwards. Who knows? But it's what I wanted to do. And that transport manager CPC qualification, you keep for the rest of your life, providing you don't do anything silly and traffic commission takes it off you. So I can always fall back on that. I've got a class 1 HGV licence, so I can always go driving in later life if I wanted to get to the point where I can't do this job anymore. But yeah, you know, it's like an old saying which I said to one of our apprentices, which he looks at me like I'm stupid, as he usually does, and I said to him, get a job you like, you'll never work a day in your life. To me, that's true. This job, I absolutely love it. You're out, you're about, you're meeting people, you're doing whatever. And like I said in previous videos, I like working in workshop as well. It's just one of them. So anyway, better get on and get something done, or else I'll be sat here all day wittering away, and I'll never get home. So yeah, so let's crack on and see what's happening with this truck. Right, so plug texture in, we've done a scan. We've got humidity level in the compressed air system, and then on the dash there, you see it, condensation in compressed air reservoir. Yeah, so with the texture, you double click that, it will then open it into that section. So let's see what it's telling us. So we'll confirm that. So humidity level in the compressed air system. Yep, so click that, humidity level in the compressed air system. Yep, so what you can do with these, if you highlight it, press the question mark at the bottom, it will then come up with possible cause of failure, and it's telling me the pneumatic system is not sealed. Yeah, so what I have noticed when I was having a quick look around the truck, as I'll show you, is that that pipe's come off. Now whether that's got anything to do with it or not, I don't know, but sometimes on these, on the bottom of these two air tanks here, on one of them there's a sensor. So I have a spare sensor on my van, so what we'll do, we'll connect that pipe back up here and see if that makes a difference, and then when we've done that, if that's not made a difference, we'll then go to the air tank and try the sensor on that. Yeah, so at bottom of air tank, just on one of the tanks, you've got this condensation switch here. Now what I've done, I've unplugged it, plugged one in off my van, and we've still got the same fault coming up. So it might be an interesting one, this. Usually fault clears when you swap them, but yeah, we'll see what's what with that. Now I have took the air dryer cartridge off, and there's a bit of moisture in that, but we'll crack this out now and just see what comes out at tank and see, and then might actually be worth actually thinking about it. Put air dryer cartridge, take that out, put air dryer cartridge back on and leave that out, let the air system try and build up, because it should blow out any moisture then. Maybe take the bungs out of a couple of other tanks as well and let them do the same, and we'll see what happens with that then. So let's crack on. Oh, look at all that. Looks like there's some motion to that there. Yeah, there is. When you look at that sensor there, it is quite wet. So yeah, note to self, always make sure you take all the air out of the system before you take the bung out. But yeah, what we'll do now, I think I'll just go nip it around here now. What we'll do, we'll put this air dryer cartridge back on and then take it from there. I think if you look in there, it does look a bit wet and mucky, doesn't it? So we'll get a rag. Here's one I prepared earlier. Just give that a wipe out. The actual cartridge itself didn't look that bad inside it, so let's try it and see. I know with an air system you obviously do get quite a bit of moisture in them anyway, because obviously air's got moisture in it, so that's why you have these air dryers and air dryer cartridges, to keep the air system free of water. However, for some strange reason, they've done away with drain taps on the bottom of air tanks. Yeah, back on the older trucks, like when I was a young lad. Still some now. They have a little drain thing on the bottom of air tanks. One in inspection, what you used to do was drain the air tanks, and you used to get all that yellowy green slime coming out of them, which is basically collecting at the bottom of air tanks. So we'll start her up, let her build up and see how much liquid comes out of that tank. Now then, this, that's for the best thing I have in my van, a microwave. Perfect. So, it's time to make a brew. Put it in, 2.5 minutes, jobs are good. And that is a necessity in any fitter's van. That, you can make your dinner, you can make a brew, perfect. Because you never ever know where you're going to be. Right, the other thing with these Econics, you have what they call a coach door on them here. So, press a button, it don't work. It works. Basically the same sort of door as what you get fit to a coach. So, anyone who's eagle-eyed on the time lapse there would have noticed me trying to cut myself in half on it. So what you're going to do, down the side here, which I'll show you in a minute, the pressure switch. So you shut it, put yourself in it, the door won't trap you. I'll show you again. Put yourself in, the door will come to you, and then it'll trap back. So what it is on the door itself, here, you'll be able to hear it click. There's a trap protection on it, so just stops it don't get crushed when the door comes shut. Right, now then, quick one for you. You've probably all seen it on the road. Trucks, they've got chalk on the tyres like that. So if anyone doesn't know, that's basically tyre size, your load rating. And underneath it here, 22, 22. That is the date that the tyre was manufactured. So week 22 in 2022, that tyre was manufactured, yeah? Now, front steer tyres like this aren't allowed to go over 10 years old. Once it gets 10 years old, to scrap. However, there's not many trucks on the road that end up with tyres at 10 years old. But then, what some manufacturers do is like this one. So here, you've got the serial number of the tyre, then the date on the end of it, which is 04/2022. Another thing I'm going to show you on this truck is it's got what they call auto lube. So basically, in here, I filled it up because it was down here nearly empty. That's full of grease. You see there's a bit drips out then because I might have just put a bit too much in. It's full of grease, that. So it pumps it to whoever on the vehicle that needs a grease nipple or the vehicle needs greasing. These are a fantastic piece of kit when they're working. When they're working, they're brilliant. They grease everything on the truck. Yeah, but I was saying, them auto lubes, they grease everything on the truck, and then nothing seizes up, which is fantastic. When they don't work, they can be a nightmare, because what you end up with then is you think your truck's getting greased, it's not getting greased, stuff starts to seize up, pins, bushes, all the rest of it. So when they work, they're fantastic. So yeah, if your auto lube truck comes in service, isn't half full or empty, or you can't see it's been physically pumping grease, you know you've got an issue with it, and it's something you need to look at. Well, you won't think this out girl got a wash on Monday, would you? It's proper winter spec at the minute, look at the state of it. It's not how I like to have my van out this. I like it to be nice and clean and shiny, but at the minute, she's all dirty and grimy, so at the minute she's on proper winter spec. Right, so this button on this button station, you can see it's sticking in, so it's a bit faulty for some reason. So I've got another button here on my van, so we'll change that button, then that's right. A quick tip for you, for some reason, I don't know how or where, but I've lost my Allen key that fits in them bolts. So torque drive, put that in, and that'll do the same job. So if you've ever got an Allen key that's not big enough, but you have a torque drive, try that one instead. It works wonders, and it's got me as they do quite a few times using a torque drive. So just be careful when you do it though. You make sure you use the right size. You don't start rounding stuff off, because I don't think if you start rounding stuff off, people will thank you in the future when they try getting back into the boxes and stuff. So I know it's an absolute nightmare sometimes when you come to these and stuff's rounded off, but hey ho, that's the way it is. So yeah, so all I need to do is undo that screw, twist the switch, and it comes out. So we'll crack on with that. Yeah, so that's that button changed. You can see now, pops in and out, no bother. So oh yeah, just in the carriage plate down. Sweet blades operating. Back up she goes. And it'll come up to that sensor there. When it hits that sensor, flags that sensor, it'll stop at that. Jobs are good. Now then, that's us done in York on time. We'll get ourselves home, and an hour and a half or so to get home, an hour and 45. It's not too bad, it's 12 o'clock now. So I'll be on for 1:45, 2 o'clock, it'll do for me. And then see what else got planned. Anyway, there's something else, won't it? Shopping. Oh, DIY. I don't know. We'll find out anyway. So yeah, that condensation fault in the air system cleared itself once that new sensor was fitted, so that were alright. And then air service, a couple of defects, body bin, that sort of thing. Nice and easy. Not bad for a Saturday. So, and we'll get going. But yeah, when I was back to what I was saying earlier about this job. This company I'm working for now, established 1956. Lovely family run company, it's fantastic. Father, mother, son and daughter all work for the company, and they're all spot on. You can't fault any of them, you know. They're approachable, they listen to you, they go out of the way to help you out, and that's a big thing. I'd much rather work for a family run company like this than these big national companies and what have you. But at least here you're actually a name and not a number, you know. You need anything, go and see them, sort you out, that's right. So yeah, so I'll wrap it up here, get myself home, and we'll see you next week on the next one. So see what's happening Monday. Jobs are good. Catch you in a bit. Yeah, and like I say, thanks for watching and all the rest of it. If there's anything you want to see, comment, I'll see what I can do, and see where we go from there. Catch you in a bit.